kind of awkward to do this PDF because how everything works here. But if you look at example 1 here on the bottom left, you see those 5 cards? Queen 7 and then the ace 4-3.
Yep.
So the question is, how many tricks can you ideally win with this? And so it's sort of if the opponent's cards are well placed.
2.
2. And how would you go about it?
Lead low to the queen and finesse.
Yep. That's the indirect finesse, because even if the finesse works, they can gain the lead. What if you take the ace first and then lead low to the queen?
You won't get her.
Not a good idea?
No.
Yeah, unless the king is singleton, that's not going to work. So that's that would be a poor line. Okay. Then number 2 here. How can we try and win 3 tricks here?
Would it be the 8 toward the ace?
No.
It'd have to be the jack.
Yeah, just low to the jack.
Low to the jack.
Oh, we're going down. Okay.
We would lead the 2
Okay.
and hope that the queen is in the east.
Okay.
That's pretty much our only hope there.
Okay.
And then how about example 3? How can we try and get 3 tricks here?
Queen, jack, 10.
Lead the queen
Lead-
to the
lead
ace.
Queen and hope that east goes up with the king.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
right.
That's better.
So that's the direct finesse,
Mm-hmm.
where if it wins, the opponents can't get the lead. Example 2, that was that indirect finesse, where even if the queen is on side, if the queen is in the east, they can still get the lead before we can get our jack. So this one is kind of a nicer in some ways because it's if it works, it prevents them from getting in at all. And sometimes that's kind of critical.
So then the best way is to lead the queen, you said? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We lead the queen, and if it wins, we'll lead the jack, and if it wins, we'll lead the 10.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is a repeating finesse.
Mhm.
And it's a repeating finesse where we don't have to get back to dummy or get back to north in order to repeat it. If it works, the lead's already in the right hand to do it again. Hey, Elizabeth.
Hey there, I can only stay for a few minutes, so I thought I'd drop
That's
in.
fine. I'm glad you did. We're just doing some exercises here first.
Okie doke,
Yeah.
continue.
So if we look at example 4 on the left there, the question is, how can we win 3 tricks in this suit?
Because you got the queen and the jack too.
Yeah, we're missing both of those.
Yeah, you have to lead to the 10 and hope the queen jack are both in west.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you have to do. And if they are, normally it's often West will play one of them. But it's, I think, actually better for them to play low if they have both of them in a case like this. And what's the chance that they're both the queen and the jack are in the West hand?
About 25%.
Probably about 25%.
Yep, 25%. What's the chance that at least one of them is in the West?
50.
50%.
50.
No,
No?
75. The only time that you're not going to have at least one of them in West is when they're both in East.
Mm-hmm.
And
What's
that's
the chance they're both
25.
in East?
Yeah.
It's 25% that they're both in East, just like 25% that they're both in West. Okay. We call this, the deep finesse. right, where we're finessing two
Mm.
cards at once.
Mhm.
So only, that's where, that'll only work 25% of the time. And that's the way they say,
Yeah.
if West plays the queen or jack, splitting honor is not best. You play high from dummy. So if you play low and they play the queen, you play the ace, and then you come back and you finesse to the 10 again. You play the 10 again. All right, so what's the most tricks that we could win with this suit here in 5?
Two, right?
Hmm.
2. And how do we go about this?
That's if the ace and the queen are both in west.
Mm-hmm.
You play the,
Play low. And
and if he plays the queen, then you go under, and if
no, if he plays the queen, you play the
Me.
king.
you play the ace.
And we would normally play low to the jack first here.
Mhm.
That's another deep finesse. If it loses to the queen in the east, then we lead low to the king. Half the time, roughly, or we'll lose to the ace in the east. So the jack drives out the ace, and then our king is good without having to finesse the second time. So we'll win 1 trick if West has either the ace or the queen. We'll get 2 tricks if West has both. No tricks if West holds neither.
Mhm.
Okay, another type of double finesse there. Number 6,
Oh,
how can we win 3 tricks here?
it's going to be a 5-3 split most likely. So do you leave your queen
No, I'd lead the 10 towards the queen.
or 8-9, right? It doesn't
And then,
matter.
and then dot. And
I think I'd lead the queen towards the ace if the, if West takes the queen with the king, then all you have left out is the jack, and then I'd take another finesse towards the ace 10-9. I think.
Hmm.
That works really well if East has the ace and, I mean, the king and the jack.
Of
Mhm.
course, if you lead the 10 and play low and East wins the jack, you can always go back to and lead the queen and hope that East has the king.
Yeah.
You could play the ace and hope that the king is singleton.
That's
And if
not
it's
too
singleton in
likely.
the east, then you could play the 10 and you take all 4 that way.
Wow.
I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. I'm just talking about different options here. What do you think, Andrew? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't think the Chinese finesse is the answer.
Often it is.
Yeah, the idea of leading the 10. I don't know. I think you play for the king and well, I don't know.
So I think that the answer, I'll scroll in a minute and see what it says, but I think that the answer is to lead the queen. And the rationale for that is if East covers the queen with the king, you know to take the ace. And a guess has been removed. So, otherwise, you have to guess twice. And they say you might think about first playing the ace and then the 10. If West plays low both times, you have to guess whether they start with the king XX or the jack XX, in which case you might lose 2 tricks
Mhm.
that way. So here the recommendation is best play as lead twice through East. And what I've read elsewhere is that you should play the queen first as part of leading twice through East. I'll have to see if I can find that.
Why lead the queen first? You know, another option I was thinking is to lead towards the ace 10.
Well, that's what they're saying here, leading low towards the ace 10. is what's recommended here. And the question as to whether to lead low or whether to lead the queen, I think has to do with who has the 8 and the 9.
Okay.
So I'll have to find my reference. This is just a tricky one though. I remember other cases where for sure you lead the queen when you're missing the king and the jack. I thought it was when those were the only two that you're missing like this. But I didn't do this particular write-up. And this one they said I just lead low towards the south twice. How about 7? How do we get 2 tricks out of this?
That's full hold.
Well, if you lead low to the 9, and if East does not have the 10, then they will have to play something higher than the jack. And then you can get back and lead low again towards the jack, hoping that West has the other honor.
Yeah, so if you play low to the 9, if East does not win with the 10, that means that West has the 10.
Mm-hmm.
So if East wins with the king or queen, yeah, you know that the West, you know you can go back again. You still could lose 2 tricks if the king queen third is on your right. But that's only 25% of the time that'll happen. Let's see. They say the same thing here. Do the deep finesse, and finesse again if that doesn't win. So yeah, you can see the thing here. This says you'll get 2 tricks 37.5% of the time. Only if you lead towards the jack, that only works a quarter of the time. So you're better leading low to the 9. Okay, and then number 8 here. Best way to win 2 tricks here.
I guess to the queen, or yeah,
Leading low to the queen.
2 to the queen.
What you're saying there, we could do that.
And I guess all of these are just influenced also by the bidding, right?
That is correct. And so these are lacking other clues, but a lot of times you will have clues from the bidding. So if you're pretty confident that East has the king in this situation, you're definitely going to lead low towards the queen.
And
If you think that
conversely,
West has the king for sure, you would play it differently.
if you think West has the king, do you play low to the ace 10, or do you play your?
You might.
Okay. Or do you play your queen? Because then you.
Here they say, so your best chance is to lead low to the queen. And if West wins the king, we still have the chance to lead low to the 10. Right? There's a second chance there. Because
Mm-hmm.
only the jack would be missing then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is 3-to-1 odds in your favor. And so it says here, when you hold the 9 or the 10 in a suit, look for some way to make use of it. And here this 10 makes a difference because we can finesse up to the queen once, and if it loses, we can finesse back to the 10.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see, how about number 9? How do we win 2 tricks here?
Best would be to get the opponents to lead the suit.
That would be nice, huh? I agree.
Probably to finesse the 10, I would guess.
I would say low to the 10, another deep finesse.
Yeah, low to the 10.
Yep, and maybe low to the king first and then low to the 10. We'll see what they say. Yeah.
Why low to the king first?
In case East is playing the ace or the jack when you play that low card. So you play low, East might go up with the ace, and then your problems are over, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or if they play the jack, your problems are over. They may have doubleton ace jack even. All right, number 10, how can we win all three tricks here? Elizabeth, what do you think? I'm gonna ask you here.
The two to the jack.
The 2 to the jack, if that happens, if the king is in the west, that will work, right? Because our jack will win. Then we can lead low to the queen.
Yeah.
And the queen will win. If they take their king, then those will be good. And if the king is in the east, they're going to win the jack. That trick won with the king. Do we still have a chance to win 3 tricks if they win their king?
Yeah, depending on.
If the
Yeah,
suit splits.
Yeah, because ace jack is still good, then then your last one's good.
Right. If they split 3-3, we'll get another trick that way. All right. So, and the other way you can think about it is if you try and lead the queen and finesse this direction, it's not going to be as great because if we play the queen and they play the king in the east and we play our ace, we've used 2 of our honors to capture 1 of theirs, and they're apt to have the 10 and the 9 at the end. So what you said, Elizabeth, is right. We want to lead low towards the queen or the jack. So we'll get 3 tricks when West holds the king or when the suit divides 3-3. Almost a 70% chance of getting 3 tricks if we play it that way. Okay, number 11, how do we get 4 tricks here?
Lead the jack towards your ace, queen, 10.
Mm-hmm.
And that way,
Yeah, even.
if he's
If
got,
east holds the king, then you will win 4 tricks.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute.
I went what?
Yeah, if east holds the king, but if he plays the king, then you only get the queen and the 10.
That is right. And if they're
You
not
only get the 3 if it splits.
Mm-hmm. So is there an improvement?
so do you
Okay, so lead the 3 to the jack.
Mhm.
Well, we're not going to win 4 tricks for sure if we lead the 3 to the jack.
Ah, 4 tricks. Okay, so you have to lead the 5 towards the 10.
Yes. Better to lead the 5 towards the 10 and then go back and lead 6 and do it that way.
Towards the
Um,
queen.
Yeah, and that if we have the transportation for all of that, that'll give us, I think, the better odds. Because then if we have like the King Doubleton in East, we don't consume 2 of our honors to capture that king. And so we'd win the ace, king, 10, and jack on all separate tricks. Yeah, so here it says different options. If you start with the ace, that's going to work when either opponent holds the singleton king, which is 2.5% of the time, so not a good ploy. If you lead the jack, you'll win 4 tricks
With
when
east.
east holds the king XX, and 3 tricks otherwise. So you win 4 tricks about 18% of the time. Because you have to have the king on side and you have to have 3-3 in the suit. But if you lead low to the queen, if it loses, the king will still take 3 tricks, but if the queen wins, we go back and lead low to the 10. Now we'll still get our tricks if East has the king XX, but also when king holds, East holds a singleton or doubleton king. That brings the chance of winning 4 tricks up to 27%.
Of course, there's an assumption here that you have ways to get back to the north hand.
That's right. That's
But
assuming that you have sufficient transportation, and that's a lot of transportation to do all this stuff.
if you don't, then you should lead the jack. If that's
Right. If
your
you
only.
don't have the transportation, you need to do the repeating finesse where you start with a jack. So you can lead low again if it wins and they don't cover.
Mhm.
Okay. And how can we win 3 tricks here?
Well, probably lead the 3 towards the king.
Okay,
And then if East takes the ace,
Kind of good.
you've got it. If East has the ace but doesn't take it, that he's going to wait to take your queen with his ace. And then you get 3 tricks if the suit splits.
right. So, but the problem is if East ducks with that ace, then you can't do that trick again. You know that the ace is going to capture your queen or your jack.
Mhm.
What if you
Right.
lead 4 to the queen and West has the ace?
Well, don't you risk stranding your king to be taken by that ace if you lead 4 to the queen?
Well, it's not going to be stranded yet. And if the queen holds, you could go back and lead low to the jack.
Right, but then he's going to take your king with the ace.
Well, what if it's ace doubleton?
Right, only if he has ace XX, right?
Right, and if he's got ace XX, we're gonna maybe get that long trick, right? I don't know what it says the answer is here, but we'll see. So it says if the opponents manage to capture one of your honors with the ace, then you will have 3 tricks only if it divides 3-3. Best is to lead low towards the queen. If this wins, return to your hand and lead low towards the jack. So you gain when West started with a singleton or doubleton ace. And it still works out if it's ace third. So they suggest if you determine to lead low towards the stronger honor holding, because you could have a chance of repeating that. And what you'd like is to get that ace to fall on air. So by leading low from south, you have 2 chances to make the ace fall on air. If you lead the 3 to the king, you only have 1 chance for it to fall on air.
Yes, I see. So you will get, so the thing of it is if you lead towards the queen and then lead again towards the jack, you either, if West has 4 of that suit, then
much you can
you
do about it.
lose. But if he only has 2, you win, and if he's got 3, you win because your 4th card will be good.
Right. And if he has a singleton ace, you win.
Yeah.
But it's mostly that doubleton, ace doubleton, that's the one that we're looking for, because that's not uncommon. And we can pick it up that way. If East had the ace doubleton and we lead low to the king, we lead low back to the queen, their ace is still going to capture an honor. So it doesn't help us so much. We can't play for East having the doubleton, ace doubleton, but we can play for West having it. Okay, how do we get 3 here? This is another one we get 3 by making them lead the suit first, but
Hoping for a 3-2 split.
Well, again, you're better off if you get the opponents to lead this.
yeah, but let's say we can't. What do we need the cards to look like in order to win 3 tricks here?
We need a 3-2 split,
Yes.
and we need. What's the matter? Who?
There's something else we need specifically in that 3-2 split.
We need the ace to be. Well, it'd be great if it was in the 2 split, but.
That's what we need. The ace has to be doubleton.
Okay.
Okay.
And so if the ace is doubleton, let's say we knew that it was ace doubleton in West.
Mhm.
How would we play it?
You could lead low to the king
And
then low again,
then duck.
right?
Low to the king, and if that wins, we play a low card from both hands. The ace falls on air, and our queen is good to capture the 3rd card in the east hand. And what if we knew it was ace doubleton in the east hand?
Same thing, just low from north.
Low to the queen, and when it wins, we duck on the way back. Usually we don't have the luxury of knowing that, but we may know, based on points, one or the other needs to have the ace. Like, let's say we were in 4 spades, but West had opened the bidding.
Mhm.
So we know they have 13 points and we have 25 our way. If that's the case, East only can have like a couple points, so East couldn't hold the ace. So if we know from the bidding that West has to have the ace, we lead low to the king, and we would hope that West started with the doubleton by ducking our next trick. If West started with ace third, there was no way we were going to take 3 tricks in this suit. But we give ourselves a chance by leading low and finessing the ace where we think it is, and then trying to drop it at trick 2. That's what they say. Lead low towards the honor. If it wins as hoped, next play low from both hands, hoping that the ace is now singleton. And you can play either opponent for the doubleton ace. This is known as obligatory finesse.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm gonna go practice all of this now.
Okay. All right, good. I'm going to have Brian email this handout out so you can look at it
Excellent.
again
Thank you.
Thank you.
after the fact there. And we've got some hands to try here. So let me do that. We're going to do the shark, but I think I have to give you the new link for it.
You mind texting it to me then?
Yeah.
Rick, I'll just watch if you want to share screen since I have to head out a little bit early.
That's fine. Do that. I got to start up my emulator here. While this is starting up, I'll tell you, Andrew, we were victorious on Sunday.
I saw you were second.
Oh, we were first.
ACBL Live said you were second.
It did.
Yeah,
I don't think.
might have been a different Sunday. Did you play in the October one as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I must have been looking at your older results.
Yeah, we were second in the last one there.
Okay. Well, congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So I'll tell you, we won every round.
That's hard to do.
And one round, Dan and I bid a vulnerable grand slam,
Wow.
and I misplayed it and went down one to sort of a unlucky distribution I could have prevented.
Ah.
So that can have a major impact on the score in team games.
Yeah.
But we wound up winning that match by 36 imps.
Oh,
Wow.
36.
If the opponents
Wow.
only bit game on that hand, we didn't lose that many points on that hand, and we won every other hand. So,
I can't get into short. I can't get into shark with
yeah,
the.
no, I've got a new link here. I just put it in the chat.
Oh, I see.
And I'm going to have Brian change it. I can't send it back to the old one, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it reminds me of one time I was playing in Zip Knockouts in the NABC in Atlanta, playing Kevin Rosenberg's team. And Danny and I were in 2-7 no trumps, both going down one. And we still won. It's a 6-board match. We still beat them.
That's hard to come back from.
Yeah, Zip Knockouts
Mhm.
are notorious for weird things happening.
Oh, shoot. Done. Move you guys. Okay. Everybody should be good. Let me share this. So, Tracy, you want to, you're in the right contract, but that's too strong a hand to open one, no Trump.
Yeah, sorry, I somehow missed. I don't know how I missed how many tricks I had. Does it change the outcome of our bid?
Where's the link?
In chat,
Chat.
in the WebEx chat.
Got it.
I'm just seeing a white screen on your shared screen, Rick.
All right, hang on a second. Still white there?
Still white.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to actually share the whole monitor this time. Something's changed here. I gotta bring this up real quick.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, now I'm gonna go down huge. Hearts.
That's what I'm so nervous about.
Okay.
So when we look at this and we do our declares plan, how many short tricks do we have to start with?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
It's
6,
like
7,
eight.
8.
8. Yep, that's something you want to have already counted. Really, it's so easy for us to just start playing and think, okay, I need to make a trick here, or I need to do a finesse there. But you should really explicitly count out your sure tricks and then decide how many you need to develop. So we need to develop one. And so what technique are we going to use to develop a trick here?
Well, probably the surest way is just promotion in spades.
Promotion in spades is a for sure way we can do it. And we can combine that with a finesse in spades. Because in spades, we can finesse, and even if it loses, we get promotion as a side effect. So if we lead the queen and they cover the king and we win the ace, we've done our promotion and we have time to try the club finesse for an over trick. Right? As opposed to just playing the ace of spades and giving up a spade, that would promote a spade for sure and ensure that we take 9 tricks, but it would give up the chance of the over trick. If we finesse in clubs, the problem is if that loses, we don't promote a winner as a side effect.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can go down if we try the club finesse instead of the spade finesse.
Mm-hmm.
We start with the club finesse.
Okay.
What, did you just say you start with the club finesse?
No, I'm saying if you start with the club finesse, you risk going down.
Oh, okay. I thought I just heard somebody, so you start with a, yes, right, I agree.
Okay.
You
So
do
you should
the,
start with the spade finesse. If it works, you should switch and try the club finesse for an over trick. But when the spade finesse loses, you can't afford the club over trick. Okay.
Although if you get lucky and they lead a diamond, then you probably do want to start with the club finesse.
Yeah, if they haven't knocked out one of your only 2 stoppers there at hearts, then you have time to try the clubs because you can set up the clubs with finesse or length,
Mm-hmm.
and you still have protection and enough protection in the other suits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. I'm not sure. I'm going to move you guys to east. I don't know the robots are going to be cooperating here. Let's see. Looks like they're doing the right thing.
Oh, what the heck?
So I'm going to, if
What?
you wound up in 3-no trump, I'm going to have you back up your auction if you can.
Okay.
Because 3-no trump is likely to have problems.
1, 2, 3, 4 times. Divide them.
Yeah, so 4 diamonds is probably too weak of a bid there.
Okay, just go to 5.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You want me to undo or just play it?
You can just play it.
Okay.
I think in the wild, it's pretty likely that almost everyone will be playing 3-no, especially if it's match points.
It's possible.
Let's just say I've been in worse 3-no trumps.
I get that.
I probably didn't do that right.
There's decent argument for not being in it here. By not being able to hold up on that ace of spades at all. It's just super likely that you're gonna you're gonna have to cash out and have 9 top tricks to be able to make it.
I think I got the wrong order, which I'm doing.
Oh, I did that wrong. I need an undo. What I'm doing here. Yeah, I did it wrong by doing the clubs.
Did your finesse, did your finesse part?
No.
Your finesse
No,
part, but you played them in the right order, so it didn't.
I'm sure I got lucky.
Did you,
So then I drew Trump. And I tried the heart finesse. I think it didn't work. But there's another spade, and I got that guy somehow anyway. Jack confirms. And I tried the deep finesse. And no, wasn't the king. The 10 clubs. It's not queen. And then the ace. Then I had 2 more clubs. I'm able to dump a heart on a club.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't remember, when I was, I did my second finesse, I couldn't remember because it was a king. And when you had the king queen, which would not be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't take it with the queen. They ducked it. Is that 3?
So we can't make 5 diamonds here. And what are the key decisions we have to make along the way?
Or we have to try the finesse and the hearts and the clubs.
Right, and so when we count losers, how do we count losers here? We're in a suit contract. How do we go about counting losers at the start?
Yes.
Don't you count them in declarer's hand?
Yeah, so 2 clubs and 1 heart.
Well, you do them from the long trump hand.
Mhm.
So usually
that's
that's
okay.
declarer's hand. But here it happens to be West. And so we'd say West has no diamonds to lose. We'd say we have 1 spade loser, 2 heart losers, and 2 club losers.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5. And so we gotta reduce that by 3. And one easy one is we can rough a spade. That'll get rid of our spade loser.
Mhm.
But then we have to depend on finessing and hearts and clubs. And finessing and hearts doesn't look great because even if the king of hearts is on side, we're still going to have a heart loser. That only gets rid of 1 of them.
Right.
And it's finessing into the hand that did the bidding, the overcalling.
Mm-hmm.
Finessing in clubs, though, gives us promotion opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause even if we lose 1 club finesse, if we win the other one, it promotes, and we have the length there to give us a pitch on the 13th club. I mean, we'll be promoted anyhow. You know, so our best bet is to finesse twice in clubs there. and we'll wind up getting rid of one loser through the finesse and getting rid of another loser through the length in clubs. So the finesse in clubs gets rid of a loser, the length in clubs or the promotion in clubs gives up a loser, and the spade rough gets rid of a loser. So now we're down to 2. We want to ideally be thinking about that before we play to trick 1. So if we have different choices, like finessing twice in hearts would be, I mean, not a great idea. There's nothing to finesse to, I guess, the second time. And if they knock out our queen and ace of hearts, we can be in trouble. Okay. All right. That's all I've got time for now.
Thank you, Rick.
Yes, thank you.
Good to see everybody.
I'm going to be out of town next week on Tuesday, so there's no lesson next week.
Well, we can keep the meeting. We'll just do something else.
You guys can do it yourself. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see you the week after that, Rick, and hope to see everyone else next week or Thursday.
All right.
All right. Have a good trip.
Take it easy.
All right, bye-bye.
All right.
Go on.
Bye.